Creating your own product. As I suggested earlier in an earlier video, most serious online marketers, the people who really know what they're doing and earn millions of dollars a year for their efforts, understand that the only real way of generating cash at those levels is to sell your own products. Of course, this immediately raises the question of what type of products you should sell, as there are many different options. Let's start by considering these options and how you should decide what you're going to do. Physical or digital? The first choice that you have to make is whether you want to create a tangible physical product or a digital information product that can be delivered via the internet. This decision is important because the requirements of the two options are very different, and of course, the skill sets are also radically at variance with one another. If you're considering creating a physical product, the first thing to ask yourself is, what can you do? Whilst there is certainly very good money to be made by creating a high-quality physical product, you do need certain skills or abilities to make products of sufficient value to convince people to buy them. For example, I recently read a study of someone who was making over $42,000 a month selling craftsman-made porch swings, but it had taken many, many years to build his business to this level, whilst also acquiring the necessary skills. Then there is the question of shipping physical products to your customers, the necessity for which you can slow the development of your business. For these reasons, unless you already have a real-world business which makes products that could feasibly be sold online, the physical product route is probably not the best way to go. It is also a fact that, as I suggested earlier, most people use the net to seek information rather than to buy physical products. Thus, there is a constant and ever-increasing demand for information products that solve problems or deal with pain, which suggests that if you want to supply what they really want to net users, a digital information product is the ideal choice. Furthermore, digital information products have the advantage that they can be delivered almost instantly via the net, which also helps to satisfy the modern need for instant gratification. If your customer can buy and have the product in their hands in less than 5 minutes, this will be a factor that encourages many people to purchase. Whereas if they have to wait a week or two, the urge to take action now is likely to be far less strong or persuasive. Whilst there is nothing inherently wrong in producing physical products, I'm going to focus on digital information products from this point on, as creating and selling your own digital products is the key to making big money online. What kind of digital information product? Once again, the answer to this question is at least partially dependent upon your own skills and abilities, because if there is something that you are already good at, then this gives you an important head start. There are many different product types available, with the most common ones which most marketers are likely to produce being ebooks and or other written content materials, videos, audio materials, training materials, software programs and scripts, materials for membership sites. So the first question you have to ask yourself is, which of these options do you think you would be most suited to? For example, if you have reasonable writing skills, then creating your own ebook might be a realistic option, whereas if you cannot write to save your life, as you see it, this might appear to be a less attractive or viable option. On the other hand, making your own videos requires a degree of technical ability and may also need an investment in software or equipment. Have you made videos before, and if not, why not? The answer to this question may be important if there is a genuine reason why you have not used video to promote your business before. For example, some people have barely decipherable accents, which might make it less likely that any video or audio materials they produce are going to become successful. Perhaps you feel nervous or uncomfortable about appearing in front of or even behind the camera. Again, this may make your videos less convincing and therefore less successful. Who knows? To an extent, you should focus on making a product where you have a certain degree of ability. However, here is something that I believe to be true of almost anyone. Even if you have never written a word since you left high school, I truly don't believe that it is beyond anyone to create an ebook. Similarly, even if you have never made a video before, I would hazard a guess that after a couple of hours practice with the equipment and/or software, making your video product would be an absolute cinch. Basically, if you want to create a particular type of product enough, you will do it. It is as simple as that based on my own experience. And here's why this is so important for the success of your business from the point where you begin to start creating your own products. Although there are exceptions to the rule, there is an increasingly well-established and widely acceptable hierarchy of price structure that you can apply to digital information products nowadays. As a broad generalization, ebooks and other written content materials are the cheapest form of digital information products you can buy, primarily because writing ebooks requires nothing more than the schoolboy skill of writing. Next, going up the ascending ladder of perceived product value, you have audio materials, as it is generally assumed that making audios is a little more difficult than writing. Near to the top of the individual product tree, you have video materials, which are perceived as having a great deal of value as an information product, although software programs can sell for even more money. What this basically means is that whilst you might write and sell an ebook for $47, you would probably be able to issue an audio-based product at $57, whereas your video series will sell at $77, with high-quality software probably costing in excess of $100. Of course, these are extremely simplistic figures, but they make the point that the product you choose to create will dictate how much money you make from doing so. We'll consider how you create each of these products in turn before turning to how you can easily create a product launch that goes off like a rocket, with just a few relatively minor tweaks of what you would do anyway when you launched your first information product.